Good morning, Lakers. Today is Thursday, May 20th.
And this is your Laker update. First, we want to start off with a follow-up to a story Laker update brought to you back in March. A student petition to add the Muslim holiday of Eid to the calendar as a day off so those students could participate in the festivities with their families was brought to our attention. I reached out and spoke with the current Board of Education president, who promised to take this holiday into consideration when creating the school calendar. The school calendar has recently been approved by the school board, and there will be no school on May 3rd, 2022, so that Muslim holidays can observe their holiday.
Currently, there is a global computer chip shortage. While that might not sound like something that concerns you, most of what you use on a daily basis requires a computer chip. Laker Update reporter Isaac Pratt has more on this shortage.
Recently, there has been a global shortage of computer chips that are in TVs, phones, game consoles, and even cars. This is creating a rise in prices of some of those items. The problem started when there was a temporary delay of the production when the coronavirus first shut everything down. Although the production is back to normal, the demand is a lot higher. Even though the iPhone 12 is here now, at first it was delayed by 2 months due to these chips. Cars are really getting hit hard from this chip shortage. Ford said that profits could be down up to $2.5 billion this year alone. Due to this, it is also affecting car rental companies. They are mainly having a shortage with SUVs. Because of the shortage in car rentals, the price is getting extremely high. Not every place in the world is getting these shortages, but most of them are. The best way to be able to get a car rental is ordering it as soon as possible. Maybe even before your flight tickets. Going to a small business can also up your chances of being able to get a car rental for the normal price. This is Isaac reporting for Laker Update.
The pandemic has left a lot of people feeling burned out. Doctors, retail workers, students, and even teachers. Laker Update reporter Kayana King takes a look at what burnout looks like.
Over the past year, students have been experiencing burnout in their work. Academic burnout has been defined as a negative emotional, physical, and mental reaction to prolonged study that results in exhaustion, frustration, lack of motivation, and reduced ability in school.
I definitely have experienced a lack of motivation this year. Multiple times throughout virtual learning, I was just thinking, I could just not turn in this assignment. I could just not go to Zoom. I could just not do a lot of stuff because you don't have that physical structure of reminding you that all of this is for something better and for your education. And it just seemed really tedious a lot of the time. But I kept doing it, and now I'm here.
Absolutely. This year, it started online, and it's a lot easier to not want to do things when there's no one holding you accountable. But it's not only an accountability thing; it's also a projects used to be a social thing. Then they stopped. We can't even in a hybrid model. I go in person. Some people are still online. We're not really supposed to walk up to each other's desks and do things together. We're supposed to distance and take our time. So all of a sudden you're in isolation, and we've been in isolation since March. So it's a lot harder to get things done. Instead of doing a project because I'm in a group of 3 people, it's like, okay, I'm on my own for this project. So I'll do it, but I'll put it off and procrastinate on it because there's not as many people counting on me. Getting things done has never been harder, and the 6 inches between our ears have never been under more pressure.
This is normal for the end of the school year, but this year it went on the whole time. Students have experienced so much frustration and lack of motivation due to the changes this year.
Well, during the quarantine and virtual learning, I felt that there was a lot going on in my head, but also nothing at all, just being stuck at home all day. Um, so I made like a whole bunch of checklists, and every day I would like schedule out my day and I'd make checklists to make sure that I stayed on track for my work, and just not letting myself slip up. But also being open to understand that it is a really rough time and I can't do everything and I'm not going to get everything done, but to just try my best and keep going.
A big thing for me has been getting outside. So during the winter, not as easy. But right now, like on asynchronous Wednesdays, if I'm drowning with work, I'll take half an hour. Say, okay, this is my time. I'll go outside. I'll put on my AirPods, listen to my favorite playlist, and walk. Look at the trees. Even if it's a little chilly, I can put a jacket on and get outside and get away from the screen. Has been very helpful to me because then I can come back and it's like, okay, I took my time. Now it's time to get things done. And stepping away is sometimes the most important thing. Sometimes going to bed instead of finishing something in the middle of the night is the most important thing you can do for yourself.
Teachers are also included and have been affected by burnout as well. Teachers feel that they have been working constantly to prepare for an online curriculum and then quickly needed to change back to in person. And many classes have not even been able to get back to a normal class experience.
I don't know if I would say a lack of motivation. I would say I've experienced a lot more frustration.
I would like teachers to know that you do not always have to give students an assignment. It is not always necessary. There's some things we learned it in class. It is learned in class. Please do not give any more work than necessary, because what really happens with burnout is just a lot of work that's unnecessary, and it starts to just piles up and it makes it a lot harder for students. Also, asking your students, do they have any big projects in another class? Do they have a big test? Because when you start getting a whole bunch of projects and tests at the same time, that leads to a lot of stress and a lot of burnout and poor performance within students.
Just understand that everybody is kind of like in the same boat, right? Like we're all going through a weird time, and hopefully it's getting better. I know that like the last couple days we've had some promising news about things returning to normal. So just kind of understand that everybody's in the same boat, and just keep to the golden rule and just treat people how you would want to be treated.
I want them to know that it's always existed. It's just come to surface now. Kids have always been burnt out, or certain kids have gotten burnt out. It's just become a more widespread thing. And I think this plays into the importance of mental health. And we don't talk about it enough. And if you don't talk about it in your classroom, you're doing 1,800 kids at West Bloomfield High School a disservice. Mental health is a real thing. Burnout is a part of mental health. And if you're not combating that head on, you're a part of the problem.
This is Ryan Shippey reporting for Laker Update.
This year is quickly coming to a close, and that means there are many activities happening for seniors. Laker Update reporter Anthony Jova has a rundown of upcoming senior activities.
Hello and welcome to Laker Update. I'm Anthony Juba. With the school year ending around the corner, there's so many things going around for seniors. I'm here to give you the rundown of what's to expect for the upcoming weeks. On May 21st, it's Senior Skip Day. On May 24th and 25th, those will be the finals. On the 24th, final hours are 1, 3, 5, and 7, and on May 25th, final hours 2, 4, and 6 are going on. On the 24th and 26th, be sure to return your Chromebooks to the ICE Center before the cohort ends. And on the 25th is seniors' last day. On June 6th is when graduation will happen. Thank you for watching Laker Update. Be sure to check out our social media. This is Anthony Juba signing off.
Although there is a lot going on right now for the seniors, juniors, now is your time to really start digging into colleges and finding what works best for you. Laker Update reporter Nick Costaris caught up with career counselor Mrs. Essig for some great tips.
Hey, my name is Nick Costaris, and I'm reporting for West Bloomfield Laker Update. And today we had the opportunity to interview Miss Essex, our college counselor here at the high school. and she is going to be going over her top 5 tips for getting into college, which is especially important for those of you heading into your senior year, because this is going to be the time where you're looking at colleges as well as doing your scholarship research. So stay tuned for her top 5 tips.
Tip number 1, stay informed. We have a wonderful College and Career Center Canvas page with a wealth of information. Please spend some time exploring all of the different modules that we've placed in there to allow students to gather information. And the Counselor Connection is a wonderful way to stay informed of deadlines that are coming up. And also reading your email. Colleges will reach out to you with a wealth of information, so you do need to get in the habit of reading your email. Tip number 2, be a financial detective. Take the time to do what's called a net price calculator, where you Google the college you're looking at with the words net price calculator, and you'll enter in your GPA, test scores if you have them, some basic financial information, and it will spit out an estimate of your cost of attendance at that university. Tip number 3, stay open-minded. Along with waiting to see what your final cost of attendance or predicted cost of attendance would be with your financial aid form, do not buy the sweatshirt yet when you go on the campus visit. Wait to see what that total financial aid package is, what that cost of attendance would be for you. Tip number 4, use the help that we have. As I've mentioned, we have myself. I work in tandem with your amazing school counselor. You've got a wealth of people here in our building that are happy to support you. So staying informed, taking advantage of the workshops that we offer is another amazing tip. And tip number 5, breathe. Do you. Do what is best for you and your situation. Looking at your major, the location from home, the cost of attendance, where you can get the most scholarship dollars or assistance with your studies. Take a look at what is best for you, and you do you.
Times have been hectic considering the pandemic we're all living through, and it hasn't gotten much easier for those of us heading off to college. But thank goodness we have Miss Essex to show us how to get to where we want to go. Thank you for tuning in to Laker Update.
Thank you for watching Lakers Update.
You can connect with us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and LakerUpdate.com. Have a great day, Lakers.